Life's a gamble, we still roll the 456. We was jugging, hitting licks.
So I was already a fan of those guys. So when I heard it, it was a banger, of course. Everyone knows that song's a fucking banger. And I wanted to shoot it so bad. And I manifested it, bro. No, I'm just kidding. But like, I just like wanted to shoot it so bad, right? But they ended up hitting me up, and yeah, we made that shit happen, bro. So my vision for the song was, they already did my team, right? At in Driftwood, right? Under the tunnel and everything. So they wanted to do the same thing for that song. And I was like, no, bro, it's not gonna get the same reaction if we do it in the hood again. So I was like, I looked up, I was like, yo, I was listening to the song, and I was like, yo, I feel like it'd be sick if it was in like some abandoned spot. So I lived in Durham, bro. So like, everybody knows fucking Camp 30 now. It's like a fucking haven for fucking photographers, right? So I brought them out to Camp 30, and it's like an abandoned war camp from like World War II or something, and we went there, and yeah, man, that was my vision for it. And they said that there was a one line in the song, they're like, I'm riding for the gang, and I wanted, instead of like some like shit there, I wanted them like sitting on the hood of a car. So we made sure that shot was in there.
Forever riding for the gang.
It was basically the guy who basically started the video like process was the manager of like the up top movements, right? He was the one that was like facilitating everything, right? So he hit me up and we started talking, and me and him were kind of like, he was like the executive producer and I was the director, and we were bouncing ideas. And then I decided to bring Del Rosario in and help out. I brought my little brother in, Cameron, to help out. And yeah, so a funny story. So when we were at Camp 30, right? And we're shooting there, and it's fucking private property, right? So someone called the cops on us, right? So we're shooting in there, and all of a sudden we hear a fucking megaphone, bro, and it's the cops, and we're like, excuse me, like, or whatever the fuck, like, this is officer, whatever, can you guys get up? And we're like, oh shit. And there was like a fucking huge group of these guys, right? So we're all like, yo, what the fuck are we gonna do, yo? So then the cops are telling us though on the microphone, like they're yelling at us. They're like, we can't enter the building, so come outside. And we're like, okay, so we have the upper hand here, right? So I'm like, white dude Mac is gonna walk out first, and I'm gonna walk up to the cops. So me and Houdini's dad was there, and me and him walked up, and we started talking to the cops, and he's like, we're gonna need everybody to come outside. So I'm like, okay, so it's pretty chill. So everybody comes outside, they line us up, ask us a bunch of questions, and then they started like getting on us, right? And giving us, haggling us, right? So our main focus was to shoot at Camp 30 for the whole thing. But if you notice, in the video, we're actually on this fucking street, this random street, and there's a school in the background, and that's in Whitby, bro, because I lived in Whitby at the time, right? And when we got kicked out, I was like, yo, Talib, get in the fucking backseat of my car, bro. This guy's lying in the backseat like this. And we're driving, and I'm like, yo, let's just go to my house. And like at the time, I lived with my parents still, bro. Like I was young. I was like 24, you know what I mean? So I pull up, and I just bring the Driftwood guys to my crib. And I'm like, yo, what's up, mom? And my mom's like, what the fuck is going on? So then I went behind my house, and there's like a strip there, and there's a school, and we shot there, and there was like a convenience store. We backed up like the Jeep that we rented, or whoever had the fucking Jeep or whatever, we backed it up, and that's where we have that one shot where everybody's like sitting on it and shit, and like posted up, and like I think Talib's like rapping in front of it for that shot. But and then we did the shot where they're all like on top of the car, like right in front of the school. That's right. It's like Michael Street in Whitby, bro. Like it's like fucking the whitest place ever. So yo, so we just came from the cops in Bowmanville from Camp 30, and then we go to that place, and because there's just a bunch of dudes masked up, and it's before COVID, and we're all fucking, so then all these people start calling the cops on us again. We're like, yo, we can't even fucking do anything here, bro. Like, you know? So, yeah, it was funny too, because Berna, in that shot, he's driving the fucking Jeep, and he couldn't drive because he's like 15 or 16 at the time, like whatever the fuck. He's like a young kid, right? He didn't have his license. So he's like, his dad's like, yo, Berna's chill, bro. He's like hitting the gas and shit. Like, oh man, it's fucking jokes, bro. Yeah. Most of the editing was handled by Del Rosario. He just showed me like what shots, like I made sure to put in the shot of the Jeep. I needed that, and I wanted the drone shots to open the video. I wanted the credits to look like a movie, but also Del Rosero was already on that wave because he did, what was it? No Romance by Killy, and like he already had that style, right? So it's like, yo, this is like proper for our video because we had like a lot of people involved, right? So yeah, bro, yeah. Del Rosero handled most of that editing. Yeah, I wasn't even that good at editing at that time. I wasn't like confident in my like editing skills. I was like, so I wanted to. He was very confident. He was super, and actually at that time, the videos weren't, After Effects weren't really a big thing. Like there wasn't all this extra VFX. You know what I mean? So it was easy to just take really good clean shots, and just make sure the color was like really really clean. And yeah, I thought we were going. I was buying my mom. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, bro. No, I was like, I was at work. I was still working my job, and I think it was coming out at like 5 that day. And that whole day, I was talking to my buddy who was a Toronto rap fan. I was like, yo, how many views do you think it's gonna do? And I remember it did like 15K the first day, and he was like, yo, it's only gonna do like 5K. And I was like, shut the fuck up, bro. The last video just did like a mil. Like, you know what I mean? Like, come on, bro. Like, they must travel over to the next one. And then, yeah, bro, I think it did a mil in like the first, like, I might be so wrong on this, but I think it's like the first like 4 or 5 months. It hit 1 million already. And I was like, holy fuck. But it was just so big. You could see like the organicness of it. Like every person I talked to, like if I need to break the ice to someone, I'm like 4, 5, 6, bro. They're like, ah. You know, like, yeah, it's dope, bro. Like it's amazing to see. Like I've done like videos that do 100K, 200K, you know what I mean? And that's like huge to me. Like I think that's amazing, bro, because that's like a lot of listens, bro. If you break it down, like that's a lot of people watching your video over and over again, right? So to do 3 fucking million, bro, like that's fucking incredible. Like that's bigger than Canada. That's like people are listening to that shit all over the fucking place. You know what I mean? Like that's like, it's really dope. And it's cool to see over the years. I think it's been 6 years since that video came out, and it's still so viral. Like people still listen to it, and it's like still on playlists, and it's still going up in views. And yeah, it's cool, bro. I think it's dope.